My name is Belle Adams. I was a director and actor of How the Rose Reaches.
And I am Terri Measel Adams. I was the writer and producer of How the Rose Reaches, and I gave birth to this one.
That's my mom. That's the mom. That's the mom.
You're the giver of life.
This wasn't my first question, but now it has to be. Mother-daughter combo. If I worked with my mother, this movie never would have gotten made. So tell us about that, especially when you're telling a story about a mother-daughter combo.
Yeah. Well, I can say if I was working with my mother, the story also would have never gotten made. And I'll let Belle take it from there.
Yeah. See, we've never really worked together before, like in this kind of capacity, like this kind of like closeness on a film set. We've worked on film sets before together, but we're usually like in different departments and like kind of like estranged on set from each other. So she approached me with the script, said, I want you to direct it. And I was like, okay, this could go one of two ways. So let's buckle in and see what's up. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it if I can have full creative freedom over the project. And
So she fired me.
So yeah, I fired the writer.
The writer me. And the producer me had to.
Yeah, she's an amazing producer though, and we just kind of like compartmentalized and locked in. And she was like, I'm producer and you're director. And I was like, I'm director and you're producer. And it was a blast. Like we just worked together really well, and I was like, cool, it went the way that I was hoping it would go.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
My writer brain is going to dark places. I want to know what the conversations were like for you guys as you were in pre-production when you were like, I have a great idea about a terrible mom. Mom, here's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's her script.
No,
she was the writer.
But as a director, when you take over creative, what was that like for you? Did you guys started to craft what this was going to look and sound like?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
Okay.
her grandmother.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's based on, you tell.
Yeah, that, it was an interesting process. Well, because it is her story that she brought to me, but in the same way that it is her story, it's also my story. Because generationally, I've experienced a lot of what she has experienced just by way of her healing through all of that stuff as I was growing up. And I was kind of like, Mommy, what's wrong, kid? So a lot of the stories about how difficult her upbringing were told to me like as I was growing up. So when she, approached me with the script, I was like, yeah, I know how to tell this story based on the way that my mind kind of wrapped itself around all of that stuff as I was growing up. So it sort of like became this tandem story that then we, like through the process of making it, realized it wasn't just our story. It's actually like many women's stories. So many of the women on our cast and crew that got connected with this project were like, that's my mom. This is crazy. You wrote a story about my mom. And we were like, nah, we wrote a story about her mom. Like, so it was sort of, it was kind of natural. It felt kind of natural because these were things that I've had to imagine since I was a kid.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Tell us about the pool imagery.
Oh yeah, it was a wet day.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a fun shoot.
I mean, when I wrote it, that was just kind of the first image that I had, is that it was just a metaphor for what it felt like when I was pregnant with my first child, which is not her, but we just, like, all the babies are her. So, metaphorically. But it felt like I was wearing the clothing of my mother and trying to get rid of it, and then I don't know, for some reason the oppressiveness of being underwater and trying to discover, I don't know, crap. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It sounds crazy.
It doesn't, actually.
That was the first image that came to me, and I just loved it, and I loved the juxtaposition of the bright red and the blue pool and just that oppression and her coming up. That was the first image I had, is her slowly emerging from the water. to get out from under the trauma and make a decision to have a full life instead of one that was full of regrets and hate and all that kind of stuff.
It was absolutely wonderfully done. As you guys are producer and director having these pre-production calls, conversations, the imagery that we're looking at, the colors that we're looking at, how this is shot is really kind of becomes its own character. What was that conversation like for you guys?
That was a lot of conversations between me and the DP. I had just been playing a lot with like film photography at the time, and the story felt like, I'll start here. So yeah, film photography. I was really in love with like high contrast and decadent color and like punchy imagery and harsh shadows, and I felt like when the story was handed over, that's just exactly how the story needed to be told, because it is a very visceral story and it was like a very emotionally visceral story. So it felt like the color and the imagery wanted to be emotionally visceral too. And we based a lot of the color palette in post off of Edward Hopper paintings, because he has like that, you know, kind of those deep reds and those like punchy yellows and stuff, and he, you know, plays a lot with like those like harsh lighting conditions and things like that.
I absolutely love that. One moment I would love to highlight, and I would love to hear what the conversation was when she was looking at her mom face to face, and we got this like evil clown.
Yeah. That's an awesome way to describe her face, dude. I have never heard that. That conversation, the conversations behind it, I guess, were like, well, the direction that I approached with the actress was, so this is the first time that we're seeing her face in the film, the mother's face. So the reveal, we wanted it to be something that was gonna just like strike the audience. I was not expecting for it to be that intense, to be perfectly honest. When I was sitting behind the monitor and watching the monitor, I had to do everything in my power not to like say something or yelp or something like that. But that was like the moment where we see her facing her child and realizing that she has no capacity to be able to give this child what she knows she needs because of what she is going through. So that's sort of like the emotional journey that we get to watch in that moment, is like her kind of moving from this space of like resentment for this child to, I want to be what you need me to be, but I can't do it. Yeah.
Kudos to you as a writer, actually, because something I truly enjoyed in that moment was seeing that moment, beginning the line of, go do your homework.
Yeah.
Because that's as best as I can do for you.
Yeah.
Really happened.
Yeah, I know. A lot of these are personal stories too, and I was like, geez, Mom, yeah.
I'm so proud of the courage, and what it turned out to be is amazing, and there's so many other people, women and men, who are going to be able to watch that and have a moment of catharsis for themselves. So thank you for taking this courage to do it.
Aw, thank you. I had to be in my late 50s to get there, but yeah, it's been a long road.
Nice. What did production look like?
Oh, it was a dream.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Yeah, we had the best team ever.
No one's jealous here at all.
No.
We prepped. We prepped for a 3-day shoot for like 5 months.
She's properly a producer and has been for a long time.
And I'm a
so
big
she's like,
fan of pre-pro.
Yeah, she's high value pre-pro. So high octane pre-production.
So 3 days of shooting. What did post look like?
Post was pretty rapid fire too.
Yeah, our DP was also our editor and our
Good story,
colorist
guys.
and our. You need to shout out for Justin.
Oh yeah,
Tell everybody how
Justin
amazing
Reich is an
was.
absolute dream to work with. He's like, our DP.
I wish he was here.
He's
Couldn't
like
be here.
a freak, dude. He's like nutty, and he's hyper focused. His attention to detail is unmatched. He's based in Atlanta, but he's, I mean, like, such a dream to work with, and just like such a like perfect collaborator, because he's one of those people who's like never trying to push his own agenda, but just gets inspired with you, and sort of like snowball effects like down the hill of the movie making process. Yeah, he's a dream, and he just knows what he's doing. He's such a nerd. He like, he gets this stuff because he freaking loves it. He obsesses over all these micro details. It's great. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Itching, burning questions. I just have to duck down because the light in the back makes you just all look like shadows. Right here in the middle. You, yes.
2 questions.
Yeah.
You see the dad at the end. Is the dad ever like really a part of like your?
In my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad is like the reason I'm anywhere close to sane. He was just this steady presence that never left my mom, and he had such, my sister is the product of an affair my mom had, and my dad raised her as his own child, like never said a word to any of us. I knew because my mom would crawl into bed with me and cry and say that she didn't know what to do because she didn't want to break up the family, that she was in love with this other man, and I was like 13. So yeah, no, just no, it's a pretty harsh upbringing. But my dad is the most godly man and such a beautiful human, but was very quiet. Like, he didn't add to the noise by fighting with her. And I went through a period of resenting him for not protecting me when I was younger, and then I realized he did just by staying, just by being there. And he would sometimes intervene if she got really crazy with me and my brothers, and he would go, "Gwenda, stop, go to your room." Like something like, and she would just like stop and go. But yeah, but he was like his presence in the film, and took a lot of, they fought a lot when I was very young. And so, yeah, he's an amazing man. I love my dad.
Yeah. That ball's the best.
And then the second part was, is Scarlett the actual baby? Like, who started it?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, it's such a good story.
Scarlett is my sister-in-law's sister's baby, and she just happened to be due the month we were shooting the film, and we were like, holy crap, is this gonna happen? Like, is this
We knew
baby
she was
gonna
gonna
be
have
real?
a baby. We didn't know if it was a girl, and we didn't know her name.
Yeah, we didn't know her name, we didn't know if she was
We
a
didn't know
girl.
what she looked like.
So Emily calls us and she's like, hey, so baby is due a month of the film, would be happy to have her star in said film, and we're naming her Scarlett.
And she had not
And
read
we
the
were like,
script
no
or anything. She
freaking
had not read the script or
way.
anything.
Yeah, she didn't know anything about the film. It was like complete, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But yeah, and then she was born, so legally under SAG conditions.
They have to be 2 weeks old.
They have to be 2 weeks old.
She was 2 weeks in one day.
2 weeks in a day. On the day we shot with her, yeah. it was kind of, on God. That girl was on God.
And her dad has similar coloring to us, the blonde hair and the blue eyes. And her mom is African American, light-skinned African American. And so we didn't know what she was going to look like, but we knew what her parents looked like, so we cast it accordingly. So that's why the husband, we went off looking for someone who would match the baby.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think we have a question right here, and then I'm gonna go to the back. No? Change your mind. Going to the back.
So the pool scene, that was just so stunningly shot. Not only the color grading you guys did,
Yeah.
but
That's
I
all
wanna know,
Justin.
as
Yeah, that was
an
Justin.
actress and a director, being underwater and shedding the clothes, because it looked so stunning, so beautiful, and so effortless.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Like, as you kicked off the skirt and you kicked off the shoes, and that looked so difficult.
You-
made it look effortless.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I just felt like I kind of blacked out. Like, because it was such a chaotic process, because I was holding my breath and I was thinking about the composition of the shot. I didn't know where Justin was at any point because he was like constantly kind of in movement, and he wasn't able to see the camera or review any of the footage while we were shooting it because of the casing that was around the camera. So we had to go like midday during lunchtime and like check the dailies and make sure like we're doing anything that looked cool at all. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of difficult, you know, like it's clothes and you're trying to like pull it off and stuff, but I just trusted, like, shoot, you know, this is either gonna look good or it's gonna look like garbage and we're just gonna have to like go for it again, like second half of the day. But I just felt like, I don't know, like a drowning mouse or something. Because I would come up and be like, oh, do we need to do it? We need to do it again. Okay, we should do it again. And I would go back under the water and then like take off another layer of clothes and then come back up. Do it again. Okay, we should do it again. You know, and it was just kind of like that all day.
Tell them about the skirt in the shape of the rose, though.
Oh yeah, there's that skirt. There's like that one shot where the skirt is kind of floating and it starts to coalesced into a rose. Completely unintentional. Just happened to be that way. Yeah, we were reviewing all the footage afterwards and we were like, oh my god. That's crazy.
Any other questions? Yes.
I was just curious, because the use of color in the film is pretty amazing, and the scene everyone's talking about the fact that red always signifies the mother. She's got red on that's coming off of her, and then her kitchen is yellow at the end instead of red. I was just curious if that was actually in the script or if that came about later.
Yeah, that was in the script. She color coded all of the characters. Yeah. That was very intentional.
Her husband was blue, and her dad was muted grays and blues. Yeah, everyone had a color. And the baby was pink, and her name is Scarlett. So it was kind of trying to redeem the red.
Yeah.
We're all gonna go home in tears. I see one more back there in the corner.
Yeah, so then the red was symbolically meaningful for you in what way? For the mom?
It's just the color I chose for the mom. It's my mom wears a lot of red and has a lot of red, and she just seemed very red to me, and I wear a lot of yellow, and I love yellow and orange, and so I just chose yellow for myself. And any symbolism or anything other than that is up to all of y'all to determine for yourselves.
Sorry, I'm gonna ask one more question if you don't mind, and then after Mr. Howard is actually gonna ask you guys something as well. What's next?
Well, we're working on a feature right now. Yeah, first feature. It's same team, so it's Mom, myself, and Justin, right?
Same production designer.
Same production
We're
designer.
gonna try to bring as many of the actors as we can, but we won't be able to bring all of them back.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a horror comedy feature.
It's gonna be fun.
So completely different genre and tone. We're like, you know, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh after this one.
Yes, love it. I'm gonna let him come on up. While he's walking up, guys, thank you so much for being here. We still have another block of films across all the theaters, so please come watch more. Also, please take your trash out with you for our wonderful wait staff.
So I'm here to let you know we got 500 shorts submitted, and of those 500 shorts, the reason all four you just saw were all so amazing is we only programmed 42 out of 500. So every film in this festival is fantastic. But we are also aiming to be an Oscar qualifying festival someday, and the people at the Academy told us we have to give a Best in Fest award that would become Oscar qualifying in the future, because we are an idealistic film festival, and our first 8 years we kept drama and comedy and horror, everything separate, because comedy and horror shouldn't fight over the same award, right?
Yeah.
But we also got to become Oscar qualifying someday. So How the Rose Reaches, we have a local artist who makes artificial food.
Oh, heck yes.
And she had a film in this festival last year, and she gave me a big fake pretzel, and I'm like, hey, this could be like maybe a trophy. And she said, you want a trophy? I'll make you gold popcorn. This is the Poppy. It's got a black Best in Fest, How the Rose Reaches. And,
That is crazy. Yeah, well, thank you so much.
So how the rose reaches is the best.
Oh my god.